Right. In fact, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us with us is Abha Singh, lawyer and activist. Sanjay Sahai, ex-IPS and founder director of TechOn Pro, is with us. Abha Singh, coming to you first, the absolute insensitivity of Giribala Singh is what brought her into the spotlight. But what took matters further and really shocked the nation were these charges of the kind of people she was contacting, using all her influence, making those 50-odd calls to, top bureaucrats, police officials, judges, so on and so forth, and attempts to try and mislead in terms of collecting evidence. When her lawyers, for instance, went to get that CCTV, they misrepresented as police officials. Now, surely all of this is going to be under the scanner of the police. Of the CBI, I beg your pardon. Yeah.
Madhav, I have read the bail order. Nowhere does it say that she was talking to judges or she was talking to people to get evidence demolished. That's nowhere there mentioned in it. I would say that a 63-year-old widow has been arrested only because she made loose comments like "wo paudhon ko pani nahi deti." Those insensitive comments made the nation against her. There is no substance in the quashing of the bail. I would say it is killing of the criminal justice today by the media trial. The High Court, if you read what the Sessions Court said while granting bail, that she is there, she doesn't have a track record. There are no allegations against the mother-in-law.
But Abha Singh, did you hear the audio conversation of her brother with Giribala, where she says all sorts of bizarre things? The point is that she is character assassinating Twisha to the extent, even after her death, not only just before her death, but the kind of things that she is saying to her family members, one just shudders to think what she would have been saying to Twisha.
See, law, what does law say? You have to give evidence. Even the CBI, Suyash Mohan Guru, the Deputy Solicitor General, when he appears on behalf of CBI, it says that the deceased left a matrimonial home on 17th and came back on 30th. Then from 15th, she's asking her mother, you come and take me. So where does it leave the mother-in-law? She was there with her parents in the last 20 days. And if you're saying that she was responsible for abetting to suicide, you have to give a close connect that what did she say that she went and committed suicide. The CCTV footage will be the biggest evidence to say that she was in her room. She, in fact, what I see from your television channels, she went to take a purse and went down, which shows that she was taking the money and going to the hospital, taking her to the hospital. And if the medical report says that there are wounds on the hand, they were bringing her down. CBI has nowhere said, even for dowry, they have not given the list what dowry was taken.
Okay.
Only money has been transferred in the
early days in the investigation. Let me begin. In fact, Mr. Sanjay Sahai, no evidence of dowry being given, no evidence which directly brings in the role of the judge Giribala, who is the mother-in-law in this particular case, as far as the suicide. How will CBI prove that she was indeed an abettor? Please respond to Abha.
See, as it stands now, you don't have evidence. But if you get into the behavioral patterns and the attempts to camouflage or slander, whatever you call it, and whatever happened in the parlor, all that combined, I think there is enough indication if the CBI goes in the right direction. All the technical evidence, circumstantial evidence, and lots of other things which come by will be enough to prove that something of this nature has happened. Even if you take the first postmortem, it's very difficult to make out what the first postmortem happened in a manner it did and that particular belt was missing. I am not ascribing clear-cut intentions to the lapses, which has been done by the local police in the investigation. Nonetheless, there are very, very serious lapses. And if the CBI at the current stage displays that professional capability to fill in those gaps, they will be able to make up a full clear-cut story where the investigation will be able to prove how transpired, what transpired, in which manner, and what is very, very critical, which Abha Singh is talking about, is the direct provocation to suicide, in which the abetment to suicide would get proven. Now, these things are very clear-cut things which are to be made out by the CBI, and they have to still this not. I, for one, at the current stage, it will be very difficult to let off Giribala Singh saying that she had no role to play in this case.
Absolutely. And Abha Singh, you would have heard the kind of allegations, what the family of Twisha is saying. Now, they've been on record to say that Giribala had a very important role to play, that they repeatedly questioned, not just her commitment and her character, but also repeatedly even the allegation of the family is that whose child really is she carrying? or those kind of questions, if a pregnant lady is asked such questions, obviously that's going to disturb her state of mind.
Mr. Arur, when you were playing some of her interviews, she has come on board to say that the decision was Twisha's. She did not even tell these people, the mother and the son, that she has aborted the child. So just to say that the family is saying you need evidence, now it has become a media trial. The quashing of a bail, anticipatory bail, which was granted by a lower court. You require something very substantial. Show me where is substance. Where is dowry? Where is cruelty? Where is the evidence? Is nothing. And I'm happy that CBI has come in, because in Sushant Singh Rajput, Riya Chakravarti went behind bars and there was nothing, and she is out today. But the days she spent in jail, nobody is there to answer. Sushant Singh case, and the best thing is that CBI never tells lies. CBI will investigate and the truth will come out. I have full faith in this premier agency that if Giribala is not guilty and she has just been put behind bars because there was so much pressure on judiciary, and only because she was a judge, and people said as a judge she should have not said that. That part I will say she should have had sympathy. She should have kept quiet. Nothing would have happened. But her loud mouth as a mother-in-law, she should have remembered that she's a judge. Everybody is saying a judge behavior, judge behavior. Then propriety was the thing which she forgot to have at that moment. She is behind bars for that, for media trial, not for killing Twisha.
Ma'am, the point is that you may call it a media trial. It's a free country. You can call it what you want to. But
Yes.
media also picks up issues of campaign. And particularly when there appears to be prima facie an injustice done. All right, we have